But yeah, I wanted to move on to topic number 2. WWE and Twitch. Oh boy, WWE and third party and their superstars. Just want to kind of go on a little rant here and just try and not understand, but I don't understand clearly what is going on with WWE and stopping their superstars, especially during pandemic times, for doing their own projects. So if you don't know, WWE has kind of put a halt on superstars and their wrestlers from doing live streams or doing YouTube content or doing third-party deals or etc. As independent contractors, they're trying to keep a hold of that, and they've started saying like any money that you make from these third parties, will kind of take place. It will still be part of your pay, but like you're getting it from them and not from us type thing in your deal. I don't know 100%. But they had a time period where, by this date, you guys got to stop or we need to sign a new deal or something like that. I don't know. A lot of it is sketchy and unfortunate. And I think what I want to kind of get out there and say is just like, I don't know. It seems unfair. It seems silly. Like I said, it's especially during this time where they're not doing house shows. They're not traveling around. They're not selling merch. They're not having those other money avenues for themselves, radio personality or radio appearances or meet and greets, or I don't know how it exactly works 100%. But it seems like if they're just sitting around and doing stuff, why not? Now, I can also understand from WWE's perspective, like it's a PG product usually and sponsorships, etc. They don't want to have somebody say or do the wrong thing and then their sponsorships kind of go away because of that or upset. I think what they should have done or should do, instead of retroactively like changing up the deals that they had made or the contracts or however you want to put it, maybe instead just kind of put some like guidelines out there. Like, okay, if you want to do a live stream, fine. Don't, like, as a PG product, no swearing, duh, why, be careful what you play, etc. Like what you're saying, what you're wearing, how you're presenting yourself. Like, give some guidelines for that. And if, they don't adhere to that, hey, you get like a strike, I guess you could say. And if you do it again, then maybe, you stop with the streaming and you can't do that. But just kind of forcing them to hand over like their channels so WWE owns them, like that doesn't seem fair or right. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I think like with the parameters, like I was saying, or just the guidelines, like up, down, down's an interesting example because they were kind of established obviously way before all this, but it was also, I believe, Austin and WWE, like that's a group project together. It's not necessarily, as far as I know, like he has 100% ownership of it. I think WWE has a hand in it, maybe just like giving him the platform, giving the resources, but obviously he's in charge of the content creation there and managing it per se. Like, I don't know why can't you take that example that you set up with yourself for up, down, down and be like, okay, if you guys want to do this, this is what you have to do. Not take ownership per se of it, but like you still technically work for us and are representing us. So like we just ask, can you follow ABCD, whatever it is? And like I said, if they can't, then obviously that's you give a warning, and then from there it's what am I trying to say? Something of differences. I don't know. It's against the company, not against like. Obviously, you're being aggressive towards the company, but just like your guidelines, like, hey, we don't act that way. If you don't want to do it, then we'll terminate the contract type thing. Like, difference of interest or whatever it is. I don't know. I apologize. So yeah, and some people stopped, and others are now stopping. It's confusing too, because some have stopped, some are still going. Like, biggest example I can think of is Paige. Paige had to stop. AJ Styles had to stop about a week and a half ago at this point, I think, of recording. And Paige was definitely frustrated, very frustrated. I mean, she can't even wrestle due to injuries. So, like, I don't know what she's able to do or what the deal is, but, like, obviously this was making her money and quite a bit of it. And AJ Styles seems just disappointed too. He put out a message to his Discord and his group just being like, hey, thanks for everything. One day this will be back, but for now we got to kind of take a break, take a hiatus. So I don't know. But like I said, it's confusing because, once again, some people like them have stopped, but then there's other superstars who are still streaming and stuff. And I'm not sure if it's just like they're under a new contract with WWE where they talked about that and that's how it's working out. The whole thing is a clusterfuck of confusing. And I don't know. I think just overall, it could have been handled a lot better. And I don't know. I could see it from WWE side just a little bit, like I said, with just how your people are representing your company, but also the superstars, like, they could do what they want in their off time. Like, especially now they have way more off time than they have had ever, once again, with the not traveling and doing house shows and doing these appearances and traveling all the time. Like, they're home a lot. They only have to go to Florida to do their the programs. So I know a decent chunk of them also just live in Florida. So, I mean, hey, you're right there. So most of the travel aspect is eliminated. Like, what else are they going to do? Like, they're not doing as much matches. Like, I don't know. You could also see it as, like, in a way, it's promoting your business. Like, you're getting new viewers through Twitch. Like, oh, so-and-so is really cool. I enjoy watching them. I'm going to go try out WWE and watch it. And maybe you get a new fan from that or a new customer, you know? And especially if all of them are doing it, that's just, like, exponentially how many more people that you're reaching. Like, obviously, yeah, majority is going to be that crossover of fan, but there's always the potential, like I said, you get new people that you just didn't have before. Like, oh, I don't like wrestling, but these people are really cool, so actually, you know what, I might give it a try. So I don't know. It's weird. And especially with, I don't know, you would think WWE would be on top of all of things that are in or going on in the world, like online, I don't know, social media, I guess. Like, they seem on the ball with Twitter and Instagram, and they've tried social medias that have flopped so hard that they don't even gain steam. But, like, you think they would have known about Twitch and known about, like, obviously they knew about YouTube. They've been doing that for a while, but kind of been, like, ahead of the curve on this maybe, and at least had a better game plan, like I said. So I don't know. It's, like I said, it's a confusing issue. I can definitely understand the frustration from superstars and from the company and from fans of, like, why is this a thing that you're doing? Like, I don't know. So yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. I think it's silly. Let them do what they want to do. But like I said, as a company, if you really need to put those guidelines out there, I think that's acceptable. Because, yeah, they're still signed with you. They're still repping you. You don't want them to cost you sponsors or money or reputation. So go from there.